understand this is quite a special fight for Mel because she trains at ringside and your trainer's about to get into the ring.
Yeah, that's right. I think plenty of people here know him, so let's have a look at his story. It's Olly Samoan Prince Fata.
My name is Olly Fata. I was born in Samoa and my family moved over here when I was 6 and we moved straight down to the deep south. Went to Tahuna Intermediate down there and then from there went to King's High School. Did tech, sports education and then went on to personal training down there and teaching aerobics. I've been in Les Mills for 9 years now and Mark's a good friend of mine and had the opportunity to be involved in the last couple of fight nights just helping out with the training and stuff with the boys. Something I've always wanted to do and it came around and I thought, well, it's a good time to give myself a bit of a challenge, you know, a new challenge in life. This is real good mentally and physically. But when you're in there sparring, someone's hitting you back and it's a different type of fitness. Your mind's playing games with you, so it's challenging in that way. Yeah, and I think that's the best that I've got out of it. It's quite a skillful sport, really technical. You can't just go out there and start throwing your arms around and trying to smash something, but yeah, it's taught me a lot. Oh yeah, I should do okay if fitness is there. I want to get out there and enjoy and put everything that I've learnt from my trainers in the last 12 weeks into tonight. Hopefully don't let anyone down. There's a lot of people out there that are supporting and I want to thank a couple of my clients, Maxine Ward and Frederick Ward. They wants me to be here tonight. I'd like to thank my partner Kerry and her boys, they've been supportive throughout, putting up with me turning up late and not spending much time with them over the 12 weeks. My trainer, Dylan, he's been awesome, he's getting me in there, when I'm struggling and lifting me up on the down times, and Turi, he's a good friend of mine, and the boys here just helping out with sparring and training as well.
Olly Fata and his opponents, the man they call the Raging Bull, Jon Gulbransen. This is Jon's journey.
My name's Jon Gulbransen. I grew up down in Rotorua in the mighty Bay of Plenty and I live in Auckland now. I moved up here about 3 or 4 years ago for work. I work as an account manager in the corporate and government team at Vodafone. I went to Rotorua Boys High School, otherwise known as Raukura. Then went off to Waikato University where I did a Bachelor of Communication Studies and then took off overseas for a couple of years. Did an internship over in the States with the United States Tennis Association. Sport's huge to me. It's what gets me out of bed in the morning. If I could be anything in my life, it would be a sports administrator. That's what my dream job would be. I'd love to run the NRL or something like that. That would be awesome. I looked around the office and kind of saw the progression from relatively fit to relatively unfit and with a spare tyre. Started coming to some classes and after about 6 months of that, finally convinced myself that I'd do this. I learned a lot about myself. It's been an awesome experience. Learned about things like broken noses and such. It's been the best experience and despite what happens on tonight, it's been an awesome experience and something that you can't put a price tag on and I wouldn't give up to the work. I'm confident but nervous. I've worked really hard over the last 12 weeks. I've lost about 10 kilos of fat, feeling really fit and really fast. A huge thanks to Armin. Thank you for pushing me and thanks for making me cry like a little girl on a couple of occasions. I really appreciate that, believe it or not. Hi to all the other fighters who fight tonight. I've got a huge amount of respect for you guys. Anyone who hops into the ring tonight is a real champion, no matter what the outcome is. Yeah, shout out to my dad, who's in the audience tonight. Could you text Mum after the fight and tell her that I'm fine, no matter what happens? If I'm bruised badly, we just won't go see her for a couple of weeks, okay, until it goes down.
So without further ado, please welcome out from the red corner, Olly Samoan Prince Fata.
Hey boy, don't spill my drink, boy. Pull up. Now listen.
Grand hustle, homie.
Everybody report to the blood. Dance floor. White clap, all hands on deck.
Well, you know what it is.
Yo, Tim, talk to them blood.
I'm a real G, homie. 6 figures on me. Find that video on it.
the Raging Bull from, here he is, Jon Gulbransen.
Okay, the particulars for the red corner. He's 30 years old, 100 kgs. He's shed 5 kgs off his body. And of course, he's master trainer for body pump, body combat and RPM. Plus, he represented Samoa at the World Touch Championship. He is a self-proclaimed Samoan prince.
And in the blue core, he's 24 years of age. He weighed in at 98.3 kilos. He lost 10 kilos for this fight. He has a Bachelor in Communication Studies. He's the Vodafone Corporate Accounts Manager, the Raging Bull, Jon Gulbransen. Your judges for this fight, Pat Leonard, Joe Wright, Lorna Phillips. The ringside commissioner is Bob Danny Boy Gibson. And your referee is John Gillespie. The Samoan Prince against the Raging Bull.
Well, here we go. Fight number 7, our penultimate fight of the night. Olly, the self-proclaimed Samoan Prince, Olly Fata. He's 30 years of age. He is deep in fitness. He's a master trainer at Les Mills, one of the top trainers there. Also played league for Auckland at under 19 level and represented Samoa in the World Touch Champs. And I'm joined once again by our Master of Ceremonies, Dobbo.
Well, Mike, 2 incredibly fit men. The Samoan Prince, 15 on the beep test. Unbelievable. He's the fittest man tonight. Both these boys are good mates, but friendship's going out the window. Expect a war.
Well, we saw early sign of intentions. Olly Fata dipping down low with a big overhand right. Nice little clean uppercut. Looks like a bit of technique there. He's dipping low, David Jewis style.
And it's the Prince who's coming out like the Raging Bull. Well, Gulbransen obviously got the height and the reach, and he's going to need it against this fitness freak.
Well, he's got some good quick hands there. His punches, though, aren't short. They don't look to have a lot of sting on them. Certainly, Olly Fata looks to have a bit of sting in his punch. And if you look at the stature of the two men, he's the more powerfully built of the two. Although his chin is there up, he has to be careful. He doesn't get caught by those looping shots after he throws those wild haymakers. And here, another big right hand. Shorter arms, though. He has to work his way inside, perhaps jabbing downstairs to the body or to the chest, because that uppercut he's not going to land.
Gulbransen, he's really going to pop out the jab here. He's got the reach advantage, Doc, and keep Olly away. But Olly's finding room inside, and as you know, he's loading up with that right hand. Nothing but daylight here. Happy to go inside as well, Mike. So it's the big bomb inside. If Gulbransen can keep him off the jab's length, then he will nullify Olly's power.
Well, what Gulbransen needs to do is actually drift away from the right hand, and he's already caught him twice with a right hand of his own, those looping shots. Olly, of course, the shorter fighter, so when he stands just outside of range without moving, he can get caught. It's that big bombing overhand kitchen sink that he throws that Gulbransen has to watch out for.
And you can see it coming because he dips the body when he throws the big overhand right, but at the moment you've got Gulbransen. He's got Olly a little bit in the corner pinned there.
Well, both fighters swinging for the fences. No one has landed just yet, but they are big shots. Gulbransen straightening up his punches nicely. That'll work for him, particularly if he can follow it up with an uppercut or a left hook of his own.
Entertaining first round.
Well, certainly both guys won't die wondering where the other opponent was. They stood in front of each other for the entire round. Gulbransen definitely looking sharp at range. He does have the hand speed to keep his man outside if he chooses to throw the punches straight down the tube. Olly Fata, the overhand right in particular, something he's targeting, but he's telegraphing his shots a long way, becoming very right hand dominant. You see Armin in Jon Gulbransen's corner. He will be telling him to work on the jab. Keep that defence and guard high. Keep his chin down, particularly on the inside, because those wind-up haymakers can come from anywhere. And Olly Fata has thrown more than a few of them in that first round.
Yeah, it's fair to say, to take a leaf out of David Tua's book, he's a throw-in Samoan. Round 2, this gets interesting. Both men very, very fit. Let's see a bit of technical prowess. Who's going to land the first telling blow?
Well, Gulbransen keeping his guard high, and he does need to keep it high. Powerfully built Olly Fata, trying to bob and weave, but he's bobbing and weaving backwards on his heels. He needs to slip forward when he slips under a punch, and again dipping down. Oh, there's an overhand right which did land for him though, and another one just clipped him on the jaw. Missed with the right uppercut, needs to string a left hook on the end of that.
Well, for Gulbransen, he looks better when he's throwing that left jab out, giving it the full direction. But you can just see he buttons off and allows Ollie to come in with that overhand right. The uppercut, he's a little bit vulnerable for that too, but as long as he can keep his range, he'll keep away from Ollie's power.
Well, if he throws out the jab, he doesn't even necessarily need to hit him with it. And again, doubling up on the jab, following up with the right hand. He was countered, but the punch is falling short. Going into that wrestling match. Referee quick to break them up, Jon Gulbransen.
I think Jon Gulbransen's enjoying this one because both boys are here to fight, aren't they?
Yeah, well, it wasn't an MMA match, entertaining though it was in the last round. Just seeing a bit of claret dripping from the nose of Olly Fata. Obviously the jab has found its mark, and now we're seeing with that length established, it's harder for him to get off those bombs because he can't get inside the range. Again,
well,
that uppercut
Ollie's going
falling
backwards,
short.
isn't he? Ollie's going backwards. He's wearing a bit of leather for the first time in this fight, and that overhead right is not going to work when you're throwing it off the back foot.
Well, he's becoming predictable. It's still dangerous, but it is becoming predictable there. He needs to use his left hand a lot more. Stick the jab low to the chest, low to the body, drop his man down to his weight, and probably needs to aim his punches a little lower as well. He's going head hunting a little bit too much. If he just dropped the punches down, aimed lower, aimed at the chest, his man would probably fall into them.
10-second clacker as we come to the end of round 2. Both men still trying to bang, and here's Gulbransen on the run almost. He's got Ollie on the ropes as we close round 2. He goes to the body. Ollie's already got some claret from his nose. End of round 2.
Well, we saw Olly Fata finish the round with the right hand, but it was definitely Jon Gulbransen's round. The Raging Bull ploughed forward after a dodgy first round. Probably claimed that second quite comfortably. Once he established his jab, he established his range, and Olly Fata really struggled to break through.
Well, I don't know about you, Mike, but I give it a round each. So here we go. This will be the telling round. Of course, under corporate rules, the fighters and the public won't be told directly, but they can find out from the judges, just the global ruling system. But this is a fight I think everybody wants to know who wins this one.
Absolutely. I think Olly Fata too starting to show signs of fatigue.
Yeah.
It's a sign that the fitness is very, very different in boxing. You can run a marathon, you can do a whole lot of pump classes, you can do whatever else, but once you're in the ring, particularly that anaerobic recovery, it's just so tough in there, and you feel like you're in deep, deep water, particularly heading into this third and final round.
Seconds out. This is the third and final round. This is very, very close. Let's bring it home.
Well, here we go. The Raging Bull versus a Samoan Prince. Jon Gulbransen, a good dominant second round. Can he keep it up for the third round and avoid the haymakers? That devastating nuclear right hand of Olly Fata.
Well, both men, you see Ollie trying to uppercut again off the back foot. Now the overhead right hits nothing but daylight. He's just sticking the jab as Gulbransen, and he's creating a bit of problems for Ollie, who can't get inside.
Well, Gulbransen's still just lucky to get out of the way of a couple of those right hands. Needs to keep his left shoulder nice and tight, but he is making Fata throw those wild shots. Although he landed a nice right hand there, it was a no-look shot.
He's got Ollie backpedaling, and that's just the key. Ollie's still looking for the big bomb, and he'll throw it all night off the back foot, but at the moment, Gulbransen he's dictating exactly where this fight's going in terms of leading the ring, cutting the corners.
Well, the other thing is when he's throwing the punch off the back foot, he's got to shift his weight forward and drop the elbow. It makes it more difficult to get genuine power.
And it does to suck the tent, and Mr. Fitness, as you said, is struggling here. He's blowing hard as Ollie, but he's still prepared to bomb.
Well, yeah, we saw for the first time he threw a half left hook, half throw off the hip, but he is gassed and gassing hard, although he landed a nice right hand there. But again, he's tying up on the inside. He's not seeing when he's landed a shot and capitalizing. Gulbransen walking forward, working that long rangy jab, half uppercut. He threw another looping, slapping punch around the back of the head. Olly Fata holding on for dear life. his corner. Dylan Russell calling for him to do something special. He tried with the uppercut, he's tried with the overhand right, but it's just wild in there.
Well, the Raging Bulls now come out raging in round 3.
Well,
10 seconds to go.
Well, here they go. They're throwing punches till the end. Olly Fata, he may be gassed, but he's blowing plenty of heart, holding on and hitting both boys. It may not be conventional boxing technique, but it sure is entertaining for the rest of the crowd.
Entertainment plus.
A number of sections on their feet. And an interesting fight, probably edged by the Raging Bull Gulbransen, who showed a lot more boxing skill and technique in the end. Olly Fata, that overhand right, always made him dangerous throughout the fight as we go to Dobbo in the ring and the cards.
Les Mills to make the presentations. Ladies and gentlemen, what a scrap! What a scrap! Let's hear it for the boys.
Okay, well, I'll firstly chat to Olly Samoan Prince Fata, who's still getting his rats off now. You've been hassled by your mates at ringside for the last 12 weeks. You've got loads of friends here, and I think that the audience would have to say you did a pretty good job, plus you took a few hits. How did you feel about that?
Sorry. No, it's been an awesome experience. Challenging my mind and body. 6 minutes, you may not think it's much, but far out, it feels like hours.
You got a bit of blood coming out of that mouth. This is a guy that got 14.9 on the beep test when he did the fitness test for this competition. He's out there. And another good thing about your performance tonight, the walkout.
Oh yeah, I've been watching a few of the fights, and the crowd have been a little bit disappointing tonight for support, so I thought I'd better change something and, you know, make it more exciting. So yeah, that's about it.
And finally, rumour has it that you were told off for drinking during your training. So what's the plan for tonight?
I'm gonna probably walk home or catch a cab. No, it's going to be fun. A lot of people to catch up and thank tonight for their support and throughout the 12 weeks. So yeah, there'll be a lot of socialising, I think.
Well, congratulations to Olly Fata.
Jon Gulbransen. Jon, I know you were worried about this fight going into this, and you took some claret in the first round, but you certainly stuck it to him in the last two, mate. You're glad you did this? No regrets?
Absolutely stoked to have done this. Best experience of my life by far, eh? Learned a heap. I'd just like to dedicate this fight to all the skinny white guys who sit behind computers all day. Yeah, you can get in here and do this, eh?
Vodafone, you're the accounts manager. They must be very proud of you.
Yeah, big shout out to the guys in the audience. Really appreciate them turning up tonight. And been a huge experience. Glad to have this one off my plate.
I can tell you it shows balls to take on one of the fittest instructors in New Zealand, mate. Will you do it again?
Oh, in a heartbeat. Ollie, you've taught me one thing. I think Brad Pitt said, you don't know much about yourself until you've been in a fight. Well, I know a shitload about myself tonight, so thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jon Gulbransen. And to make the presentations, a man who's a pillar of Les Mills, even sparred with some of the contenders and some of the corporate fight nights a few months ago, Norm Phillips, to make the presentation. Of course, this wouldn't be possible without the help of Les Mills. Norm, I know you're going to go and give it a crack eventually. We'll get you in the ring sooner or later, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, Ollie and Jon, great fight, guys.